This channel is supported by TrueFire. TrueFire is an online library of lessons from some of my favourite players. There's thousands of lessons on there. You can use the promo code JNC40 to get 40% off of any of their courses. I've had some coffee and I'm thinking I want to make some adjustments to this guitar. Now my main issues with this guitar, this is a partscaster that I put together. First of all, I used at the time a fairly cheap bridge. I want to replace that, so I've just whipped the bridge off of another partscaster that I put together that was even less successful. This has got 8-gauge strings on it at the moment. I put them on for an experiment. I'm going to take those off and put on a set of balanced tension daddarios because I want to try them. Change this bridge out. I'm going to, I think, tidy up, try and get some more of this Nitro off the fretboard. That might need some sandpaper or something. But we'll see how we go. First of all, we'll get the strings and this bridge off. Daddario's drill bit peg winder. Right, lefty loosey. Let's go and tight. I decided, by the way, that 8-gauge string would one day be in my future. Maybe if I get the chance to live a long time, or a fairly long time, I'm thinking that gradually over time I'm going to move down in gauge of strings, as hand health is like an important thing to me, obviously, as a guitarist. But the thinking as well is that I don't want to get there too early, not have anywhere to go. At the moment I use 10s, I used to use 11s, but that's kind of the plan with all of this. So I'm going to get rid of this bridge. I'm going to keep the claw part because I don't feel like that necessarily is the most important part of a bridge. I'm going to put on this Wilkinson trem, which I discovered Wilkinson trems via K-line guitars. I think Wilkinson hardware has also been used on Sir guitars in the past, and Yamaha. I think Trevor Wilkinson is English. Okay, that's not good. I would say it's worth building a partscaster at least one time just to see what goes into putting together a guitar, and it might give you some appreciation for when a guitar is put together well. Right, let's get these springs out. I tend to be a 4 spring kind of guy. Ooh, that's that gone. Right, so the idea, we're going to take from this guitar, which has been in a shipping container for a long time. This was, I would say, maybe a bit of a failure. I'm going to take this bridge off, which is the Wilkinson. So we're going to put this bridge on. So whip that off. The Wilkinson trem, cool design. You've got like a push-in arm. It's also kind of accommodating for different sort of screws, as well as Lyle pointed out in a video of the K-line demo, that it has less witness points than traditional trem. Still, that seems to be at least better than the last one was. Actually, by the time it's got strings on it, it's going to be easier. Now, what they say, this is a set of NYXL 1046s, which is what I use. Balanced tension. They'll bend further, sing louder, and stay in tune better than any guitar string ever made. You're about to be heard more clearly than ever before. Get ready for an encore. The idea with these is that essentially the tension is distributed equally on each string, which I'd never even known was a thing. And I was on a call with the guys at Daddario, and they were like, I don't know if this might be boring, but you could do a video on balanced tension. And I was like, what is balanced tension? So I thought, in the case where I don't know what a thing is at all, is kind of, that is exactly kind of a video that I like to make, because it's kind of like, well, that's new to me, so hopefully it's new to 1 or 2 other folks that might be watching it. So we'll try that and we'll see. And what these daddario strings do is essentially just balance that out, so that your bends are going to be hopefully more like they've measured the weights and all that stuff and planned it out, so that you get a more consistent playing feel. So I'll be super curious to find out if it is the case, then I'd imagine it'd be the sort of thing that I'd want to talk about again. Just going to be going the right way. Or are you going to go my way? The balanced tension thing is working out quite nicely. I can feel the difference there. It's like, okay, I'm going to bend on the E, it feels the same as bending on the B and on the G. It's quite a novel experience. Probably get some sense, hopefully, from this, that on the fretboard, hopefully you can see there was like this Nitro, which is just from me, it kind of just circulated off. Now I'm using my wife's nail varnish remover to get rid of it, and it seems to be working. So I just wanted to do a before, or you know, some of what's on there before. Now I think that is quite a bit better. All but the very worst of it is gone. I'm going to now use some Monty's espresso wax on that, but slightly less embarrassing than it was. That Nitro has been on there for 9 years. I never thought to just take the wife's nail polish remover to it. It's worked quite nicely. The only thing wrong here now is that these 2 saddles are actually from a K-line bridge and are a bit too low on my yellow guitar. I stole 2 from here, so I'm going to order 2 more Wilkinson, if I can, or maybe 6 presumably, saddles, and replace those, and then I think we perfectly fine to evaluate whether this was worth it.